is on the regular speech schedule. Last week, one of our speakers offered up a slot, and G jumped right in there for that opportunity. And Gabriel has many projects going. For example, he's working on the Safe House project for women, with details to follow. To present speech number 10. It's hard to believe, let's welcome Gabriel DiCristofaro.
Thanks, Ron. It's hard to believe that love is available when you're in the middle of a hard breakup, a heavy divorce. It's hard to see that you can earn money, you could be something better than you are when you've got laid off or fired. It's hard to believe that there's a future out there for you when it's dark and cloudy. Sometimes we forget there's sunshine out there after the clouds. I want to ask you all, do you have a little something in you, just a seed of greatness in you that you know you could water and contribute so much to the world? Do you? Do you see the seed in you of greatness sitting in the garden? How much are you watering that seed? Because I see greatness in you, and I see it in you as well. I don't need to know the detail of your greatness. I just need to look at the history of human beings and see what's happened and how far people have gone beyond their beliefs. Because that's really the only thing that stops us. It's the aperture, like a camera. And if you're not familiar, I'll explain a little detail on it. A camera, digital or otherwise, works with light.
School, and I was a senior in high school at that point. 14 schools because we moved around so often. I was captain of my swim team, captain of my crew team. I don't know why they voted me a leader. That's the truth. It was hard to believe when they voted and said, okay, we're going to vote for a guy, so we got some leaders, here's our captain, and they voted my name, and I sat there honestly just like, why? What do I have to offer? Because it was hard to believe that I had something to offer. My mother had moved out of state when I was that senior. I had to live in my car for a month. My dog slept underneath. Siberian Husky, Anubis. He was brown and white. He was cool in Boston. You know, it's cold in Boston. He was happy in the car, all fuzzy and happy. It was a little chilly for me in the car. I would literally take my swimsuit and hang it on the rear view, the mirror on the side of the car to dry out overnight. Now I was a C- student at best, as you can imagine. My mother left, I had a choice. Stay and keep going, or move up to New Hampshire, where she was moving to get away from the city because she'd worked a lot of years. I made that choice to stay. But when I went to Boston County Jail for that week, where I got busted selling marijuana, which nowadays is a joke, right? You're like, what, really? That's what you did? Oh, I'm sorry, there's other guys now in Colorado making millions of dollars. But as I've told people before, I was not a good drug dealer, based on results. But that just lessened the hope I had. I had nothing. I wasn't going anywhere. There was no college. There was no opportunity. So once my mother left, I was there for a month. I had gone to county. I'd gotten out. I really thought I had nothing left. So I took my car and I drove to the end of the T-line in Boston. It's green. And they have the tracks with no electric on the bottom. The electric's on top. So you can lay on those tracks and not get shocked. I sat in my car about, I don't know what amount of time. And then I went and laid on those tracks. I put my head on those tracks. And I looked up. And I was open. I needed something to lift me out of the dire straits that I was in. I had no hope. I had no family in Boston. I was waiting for something to come and take me out. 45 minutes. Nothing. 45 minutes of nothing. I picked the trains that obviously I was too late, so they weren't coming every hour. What got me up off the track? Would you be curious about that? I'm standing here, nice guy in a suit, clean hair, award-winning actor now. I made $500,000 on a virtual business. That's hard to believe from a guy who was laying on that track. You know what got me up? I asked. I was like, okay, give me something. What's my purpose? I had a single struggling mother. You know what my purpose was? This came to me. It said, if you stay, you're going to help a lot of beautiful women on the inside. We get to learn what a great man can be for them. Because you have that opportunity to get up and go be that guy. Now you got to understand, sitting on a train track hearing that conversation is a little bizarre, isn't it? I had to come from the place inside to see the seed of greatness in me, the tiny bit of seed, and go, okay, I guess I could do that. I could do that. I'm not sure how I can do that. But okay. And I got up, and I went back upon my life. I had friends that invited me into their home. They were shocked, right? Because I didn't tell anybody I was living in my car. Because it was hard to believe. Why? What would I tell my classmate? Hey, Paul, I just want to let you know, man, how's geometry? Good. Yeah, no, sleeping in the car was good last night. Dog was cool. How do you present that to the world? It's hard to even believe. It's hard to even say. But you know what I did? I got up, and this is where somebody saved my life. And this is the story for you, because you're going to be that person, I promise you. I went to school. I was walking around aimless, had nothing to do. Not sure what to do, but I'm alive. I look on the wall, there's an audition for the Can-Can. This great musical where the director was right there over my shoulder. Hi. Oh, what? Hello, Pete Docter. Pete Docter was his name. Very flamboyant individual, very encouraging. He goes, I think you should definitely audition for that. No, my heart's racing, that's kind of crazy. Stage, singing, I don't know. Absolutely. We'll see you there. It wasn't an option. He took a stand for me and said, oh, I see it in you. You're going to be great. I went and did that play. I did it. I got the shining comedy. I got written up in the newspaper. I had this glimmer of hope. Because you know what? Somebody watered my seed of greatness. They were like, I see that little seed. It's kind of tiny, but let me put a little water on it. A little water for you. That's what made the difference for me. Is somebody believing in me. And I want to ask you right now, who believes in you? Who do you go to for that kind of support for something that's greater than you? Because the real question is, not why it's hard to believe, why is it easy to believe? Where in your life is it easy to believe your greatness can grow? Where is it easy to believe that you make a huge difference in the community? That people will follow you and do great things? Because I mean, how many of us have that fear? We're not enough. We're not good enough. Based on circumstances right now, we're not going to really do anything. So I'm going to take you back again. Let's go back a little bit. I was in my office at Earthlink. I was 30 years old. I had finally gone back to college. I went to community college. Glendale Community College. Hard to believe? You ready for this? 2 years of 4.0 grades. Blew my mind. I'm sure it wasn't me in that body going to that class. You ever have that experience? Things are happening, you're not quite sure it's you? It is you, though. It is you. It's the greatness in you that you're letting sit on the side. Just a little bit. And you have the opportunity to make it bigger and better. I got laid off from the mortgage industry. That was a fun experience. Anybody have that? Well, shake up. Yeah, got a couple heads. You know, some people have done really well right now. I was in the back of my life, and I stepped up. Because now, I stand here before you, which I just want you to understand it's hard to believe for me, that I've won awards as a speaker. People come to me and say, Gabriel, you're inspiring. what you do is inspiring. You light people up. I want to take action. So I'm going to ask you, what kind of action can you take in your life toward your greatness? What is your greatness? Is it professional? Is it personal? How can you inspire others into greatness? What's your passion? What are you scared of? That's what I always go to, of course. You know, last night I went and did an open mic at the Merc, freestyle a cappella, so that I could be more comfortable up here and share my experiences with you. Because you matter. Every one of you in this room matters. Even if somebody doesn't tell you, it's easy to believe that you can be great. Because life is an endless adventure where you get to choose where it goes. I invite you to look at life and your greatness as your next opportunity.